2, 1. Hey everybody, welcome to Life of a Podcast, the podcast where we, as podcasters, talk about our NFL boyfriends' penises.
Yeah.
I'm joined
They're
here
huge.
by Bob and Mel. I'm Brandito. How are you guys doing today?
I wasn't expecting your intro to be that fucking incredible.
My penis is ready. I can't wait to talk about Taylor Swift.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yay, go Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Rah, rah. Rah, rah. She's our girl.
And with that, we've lost all of our Swiftie fan base.
Yeah,
just in that.
100% instantaneously.
It's
It's fine. My NFL boyfriend's like a Hunter Henry, like way less renowned of a tight end. Tough. Okonkwo or something. Guys, this is on Read Off Scripts. We talk about new music. That's what we do here. And we're going to cover an album you might have heard came out. It's called Life of a Showgirl, and it's by an artist you might have heard about, Taylor Swift.
Kind of a big deal, I think. Yeah.
It's hard to call yourself a music review podcast and not cover Taylor Swift if Taylor Swift's going to drop something. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about the Taylor's versions. Let's be real. Those are just the same thing, just redone. I'm talking, this is fresh, brand new Taylor Swift.
Off the press.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Yeah, before we get into that, though, how's everybody doing?
Doing great. Feeling good. I'm 5 beers in, which is a great number for me to be at.
That's a remarkable amount of
That's a
beers to
remarkable
be in,
amount of
based on
beers.
the fact that we started like 4 hours ago, Bob.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
He's on vacation, though.
I'm on vacation. Yeah, this is my vacation. As you guys can tell, I'm in the same. I'm in the Tipsy Tune crib, hanging out with Mel. She's upstairs. I can hear her laugh from upstairs. This is great. I love it. And we're having a very good time, and I'm happy to be here and happy to review music with you, beautiful people. Yeah.
Yeah. And Mel, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm
No, you're
good. I mean, I am going to crash out during this episode, but I'm good.
Cool. Awesome. Love that. So, everybody, Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift. I'm gonna... Who's Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift is an American singer-songwriter from Pennsylvania who's been active since 2003. She's pretty highly regarded. She is the highest-grossing live music artist of all time, the wealthiest female musician of all time, best-selling music artist of all time.
Crazy.
She started off as a country singer in 2005 with label Big Machine Records, when she dropped her self-titled album and Fearless in 2005 and 2008, respectively. She then crossed over into the pop format with 2010's Speak Now, and added another album with country pop and rock influences. Then she went into the pop production of Red in 2012 and Cynthia Stylings of 1989 in 2014. And to mixed reviews, the more hip-hop influenced Reputation in 2017. A lot of Swifties don't talk about that one as much. But between all of these, she ended up with 6 number 1 singles. And I've only just started because we can't forget Lover in 2019, Indie Folkworks Folklore and Evermore in 2020, Electropop Midnights in 2022, and then double LP The Tortured Poets Department in 2024. These gave her another 7 number 1 singles. This is all to make a ton of sense as to why her Eras tour grossed a record-breaking $1 billion plus.
Easy.
Now we'll couple that with her 14 Grammys, a record 2 Album of the Years, and a Primetime Emmy. She's also the most rewarded artist in AMA history, Billboard history, and MTV Video Music Award history. She's a pretty big deal, for lack of a better word. If you want more about her personally, Google it, because there's guaranteed as many videos about her as there are fans, which collectively call themselves Swifties and are not to be
Fucked with?
I don't usually swear fucked with.
Yeah.
It is a crazy group.
Yeah.
Scurry.
Obviously,
Which
as I mentioned,
Come
she's
at
been
me,
an
bro.
artist of many hats over the years, but mostly in the pop space, although given her reputation, she might be more of a what is pop designer than a follower of the genre.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a pretty special person to kind of define what popular music is, and Taylor's been doing it for pretty close to 2 decades now. If she says that it's popular, it's now popular.
Yeah.
Kind of get over it. Kind of a mentality. That said,
she's the
her most
Oprah
recent
of
album,
today.
and the one that we're covering today, The Life of a Showgirl, is her 12th studio album, and is said to be more upbeat and kind of soft rock approach. Set out to highlight her relationship with football star Travis Kelce, a departure from Tortured Poets Department, and a kind of a more lighthearted follow-up. It has already topped the single-day records sale record in U.S. history, with 2.7 million copies in the first day that it was released.
Because how many fucking vinyl versions did she make her fans buy? She's like skewing the numbers. I hate it.
So if you don't like our take on the album, don't worry. There's genuinely going to be a million other opinions on the internet. You'll find one that you like. So don't be mad at us.
Confirmation
Just
bias.
go find other people to listen to and come see us when we talk about Brian Eno. That's
We like that guy.
Brian Eno and AFI. We were big fans of.
Yeah, those are cool
So
albums.
don't get mad at me. I'm just the guy telling you about Taylor Swift, which you already know all the information about Taylor Swift because it's your life. I feel like, honestly, like I'm at a point where I'm just like holding a sign being like,
Please don't hurt me.
please. I'm like blinking twice just to make sure they know. Okay,
this
before we
video's
go
gonna
into
go
the track by track, Bob, you first. You tell
Yeah.
us what your thoughts were going into this album.
So it's so funny because I somehow have just completely kept myself separate from the whole Taylor Swift craze. I obviously I don't listen to pop very much. I don't listen to top 40 radio, so I'm kind of out of the loop, so to speak, when it comes to Taylor Swift. So a lot of this was new to me, surprisingly crazy. In my mind, I always thought of Taylor Swift as the woman who won American Idol and had a country career, but that was Carrie Underwood. I was way off. So you can understand how much I care about Taylor Swift because I didn't
that's
even
pretty
think about
inexcusable. That is
Yeah.
a really, really
Listen.
funny thing to actually say.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm saying. And that's how I'm coming
love
into
it.
this. I have like zero information about Taylor Swift other than the Travis. I'm a huge football fan, so I know Travis Kelce. I know all whatever. I came into this not having a lot of information, so this is gonna be fun.
All right.
okay. So
well-
just remember that the thoughts and ideologies of On Beat Off Script are not necessarily all collectively agreed upon. For just so everybody understands, it is differing opinions, and so this
we do
specific opinion that's about to come out is from Mel.
So,
Go ahead, Mel.
growing up, obviously you heard a lot of Taylor Swift. I remember when Love Story came out. I sang along to a lot of her big hits. Never fully respected her as an artist until Folklore and Evermore came out. Those albums I thought were really, really, really incredible. And then from there, she just started to piss me the fuck off. Where as she grew bigger, her music got worse. And it's a trend that pisses me off because I just respect the art too much. And I honestly, Swifties, she's taking advantage of you. You need to wake the fuck up and stop giving her money. Like, please just stop. Keep it in your bank account, please. So coming into this, I was not excited. I had to unmute her on Spotify to review the album because I have her muted in case Spotify tries to throw her on my playlist because her music makes me mad. So yeah, you're probably not gonna like my takes.
Thanks for that, Mel. Mel,
Yeah, that
not
was
on
Mel.
the off script, not
Yeah.
Brandito, not Bob. Mel said those things.
She lives at this address.
Just wanna
This is
make
the list
sure.
of her fears.
Do not dox me. Now my life's in danger. You're in my house, bro, so you're
Right now, I'm in danger. Yeah, I'm endangering myself.
You know, it's really funny because we take a look at the trends. We cover lots of different albums, and you've always said the most popular albums tend to not necessarily do as well, or the most popular artists tend to not do as well when it comes to people that show up on YouTube and stuff like that. Just because most people already kind of know how they feel about something. This album is terrifying to me because it's definitely going to be the most popular, but I feel like people will spend most of the next year trying to find other people's opinions.
People are very passionate about this one, and in drastic ways.
Yeah.
There's no whatever, tortured poets department. It was just that was just fucking boring. It's just boring. That it wasn't
too long.
And way too long. You were very right there. Yeah, very too long.
Yeah. Very too long.
Yeah. But yeah, people are really drastically.
Cool. Well, let's find out. What the fate of Mel's going to be like after we talk about the fate of Ophelia. Let's hit play.
Okay, so we actually start off on probably one of the highest notes for me.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I was like, please don't call this not a bop. This is actually really fun.
It's a bop. So obviously Ophelia, lover of Hamlet, love drives her mad. She ends up drowning. I think that's why she was submerged under the cover. I'm understanding the imagery a little bit here. The opening piano screamed All of Me by John Legend though, and I couldn't get it out of my head. It was something I don't know why.
I never grabbed that because of the bass line. The bass line, I don't.
It was very specifically the piano, and I could when I heard it every time I would have to re-listen to it. I was reviewing it. I was just I literally can't get it out of my head, but it goes away fast. I thought she was channeling Lana here pretty big. I felt a lot of Lana influence. I thought the pre and post chorus beats and cadences were super fun. I did say they're probably the most fun we have on the entire album. My complaints are the lyrics, I think, are so cringy. Hearing her say keep it 100 is I literally can't handle it. It sounds so cringy to me. Also, okay. It is black slang, so she is kind of already it just doesn't work for her. It's a slang from black culture that I just don't think sounds right coming out of her mouth. The pledge allegiance to your hands, your teams, your vibes makes me cackle. What pledge allegiance to your hands is crazy. It's crazy. What the fuck? Anyway. Oh, and the breathy whispering parts of the bridge gave me the ick. But other than that, I thought this was a high note for the album. It's one of my top 2 tracks.
Yeah, coming into this is, again, unbelievably, one of my introductions to Taylor Swift. I couldn't name a Taylor Swift song if you put a gun to my head. I really couldn't.
You could hear one, though, and you'd be like, that's Taylor Swift.
Probably. Maybe. That being said, the first time I've really actually listened to Taylor Swift, let's put it that way. It's always just background noise in any other case.
Show.
Coming in, I don't know. I'm having fun. I agree. This is a fun track. Something that I like about Taylor Swift, that I think it happens a lot in this album, and probably in her past music if I listen to that, I think she's a good singer. She's good at pitch changes. She's good at cadence changes. I like the way she changes cadence a lot in the song, and always kind of in a fun way. Lyrically, I'm leaving that to Mel. I'm not going to speak much on the lyrics, other than I think in general, in this album and in this song, the lyrics are pretty simple. They're going to be very simple and very easy to understand in a lot of ways. I think she's trying to be deep and is not deep, but is deep enough for everyone to be able to jump into the shallow pool, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I like the track. It was good.
Yeah. Based on how the album ends up going, probably not as deep as Travis Kelce, it turns out.
That was a good one.
Anyways, yeah, it has its little piano opening to it. I liked it. This groovy bass line, I was a fan. Pretty typical vocals from Taylor, but it's kind of a little bit more of a laid back kind of pop vibe, and I like that part of it. I can get with that. Yeah, I was ready to say I hated it, but musically it's actually like pretty solid, and it's like a different, more relaxed look for her that I kind of enjoyed. If this is the whole album, it'll be boring, but sonically it'll be kind of enjoyable. So I was like kind of like looking forward to it. I thought this was a solid opening track.
It was a good start. Yeah, it was a very good start.
Cool. Then we get into Miss Liz Taylor. Let's go ahead.
Hey, what could you possibly get for the girl who has everything and nothing all at once? Babe, I would trade the Cartier for someone to trust. We hit the best booth at Musso and Frank's. They say I'm bad news, I just say thanks. And you look at me like you're hypnotized, and I think you know why. And if you ever leave me high and dry.
What a way to end it.
Yeah, so she obviously sees herself in Elizabeth Taylor, which I get. I did pull out the quote, "Under bright lights, they withered away, but you bloom," and I made the little note, like, Travis Kelce, I think, is liking the spotlight maybe a little too much, but that's fun. I get it, yeah. And then I would trade the Cartier for someone to trust. Just kidding. I was like, I'm actually so thankful that she's done cosplaying like an average Jane. Like, girl, you're a billionaire. Yeah, I want you to embrace it and give me more of like a luxury pop vibe at that point. So yeah, embrace that you can afford Cartier. Stop pretending to be an average Jane, because you're just not. I liked the energy she was bringing to the chorus, but I thought the verses were a little boring. And I didn't like, so the way she's like jarringly says Elizabeth Taylor, I thought felt so forced and too
Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, it was
But
like
I think it's intentional because she's trying to say Taylor. She's trying to emphasize the Taylor.
Yeah, but it's
Elizabeth
like,
Taylor Swift.
but it's so on the nose that I don't like it. I was like, I think the Elizabeth Taylor.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, I was like, the Elizabeth Taylor references in the writing I thought were really nice. Like, she's calling out the violet eyes, the Portofino, and the Plaza Anthony. Like, I think those.
I don't know what you just said.
It's-
I'm pretty sure I'm offended.
So it's a place in Italy that Elizabeth Taylor was a big fan of, and it was up
I'll
the
be honest,
plaza.
I don't really know much about Elizabeth Taylor.
Well,
So,
fair. But if you're like talking about like the glamour of it and like the references she's making, I think you can kind of maybe you can't put two and two together. Never mind. I thought artistically you don't need to be screaming the name Elizabeth Taylor over and over. And I don't like that we've had back-to-back like repetitive bridges. I felt like she's known for writing a good bridge. Like, people say she's the queen of the bridge, and I feel like back-to-back it's just been repetitive and like lacking substance, and I've been waiting for a bridge to like change my mind. And we're not getting it yet. We do get it, but
Yeah. So two things I agree on is that the bridge sounded very similar to the last song. I agree. Elizabeth Taylor, Ophelia, or whatever she said in the first song.
yeah.
I also thought the Elizabeth Taylor part was a little jarring compared to. I like the rest of the song. I thought it was pretty cool. I listened to the track by track version of this on Spotify, which there's like a little 30-second snippet before every track of Taylor Swift explaining what the song was about. And she did say, Elizabeth Taylor was a hero of mine, and this is a song about her, blah, blah, blah. I forget what she said, but that actually having that track by track, which I think I wish more artists would do, honestly.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Really helped understand what the song is about and helped me appreciate it more. At least appreciate what she was going for. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's okay track. I had a good time still.
The heavy echoey chamber vocals on this were tacky right off the hop, in my opinion. I didn't know, is Liz Taylor, is she fancy?
Yeah, yeah.
She's an American actress. She dealt with a lot of bullshit, essentially.
Didn't really know any of that. So,
Yeah.
that's
Oh, she was married to
Richard
Richard Burton. He was another like
Okay.
old movie star. Okay.
My biggest problem is this was the Taylor that I fear the most, and that's the I'm gonna get intense for a second Taylor. And the chorus from like this broken departed verse into like this intense like chorus was right back into the styles that I've always criticized about her. It's this like good girl gone bad moment from a billionaire that I think is stupid. I think it's really fake depth. And it's honestly what I was super scared about kind of coming into this album. And we kind of got one right off the hop. There's a couple of other moments throughout the album. This album does a pretty good job of like catching a couple of the different things that I dislike about her, but never at the same time.
Yeah, agree. Agree.
So-
Yeah, I get mad at her for very different reasons throughout. Yeah.
For sure. That takes us into Opalite. Let's listen to some Opalite.
Mama told me it's alright. You were dancing through the lightning strikes, sleepless in the onyx night. But now the sky is opalite. Oh, oh my Lord, never made no one like you before. You had to make your own sunshine, but now the sky is opalite. Oh.
What?
It screams the Ronettes to me. This one's my favorite on the album. However, I feel like it's heavily influenced. Like, I'm getting the Ronettes on the Uh-Ohs. I'm getting Post Malone in the opening. Like, it screams circles in the opening. I thought it was kind of cute. So Opal is like Travis Kelce's birthstone, and Opalite is a man-made version of the stone. So it made it a metaphor for how happy a man can make you happy, which is like, but okay, Taylor thinks that's cute. Like, kind of cute.
Yeah.
The bridge is what won me over here. We finally get a bridge that I wanted. So I thought it was way better than the last two attempts, despite the very tacky love buildup at the end of it. And I liked that we are finally getting a little like sparkle. I've wanted glamour and sparkle, and we're not getting any. And I thought that this tried, not enough, but it tried.
Yeah. Musically, I didn't like the song much at all. Honestly, it felt very, very boring. Very dun, 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 dun. Just the most boring beat. I read about the Opalite being man-made, and I get it. Whatever.
It's
she talked
cute.
about it track by track too. It's fine. It's cute.
Cute.
Not my favorite track on the album.
I think this was just really last year. Truthfully,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
if
fair.
this dropped last year and it was like competing with like, Sabrina in those kind of spaces, I would have been like, cool, like, no, fair enough. But like, it kind of just feels like B-side Sabrina Carpenter
Maybe that's why I liked it.
after a year, but like, yeah, probably after a year though, where the envelopes were pushed by like Charlie and
So
Sabrina.
everyone, yeah.
So like, so like Taylor, I just feel like you were too busy on your Eras tour to be able to catch this song.
Yeah.
So this really just
I'd agree
feels
with
like
that.
an already burnt out candle, in my opinion. It's just, it's a used, like I said, used candle. It Sure,
yeah,
it
you're
smells
making
nice.
me
Yeah.
you're making me like it less, but I understand why I liked it though.
it's a really middling track from a super predictable artist. The predictability, I don't think is necessarily her fault, just obviously because her optics are hard to deny, but like it's hard to ignore. And then that cheesy little acapella moment at the end, I'm like, ugh. That made me want to go like, ugh.
It was so tacky.
It's not even a used Yankee candle. It's like one of those like $1 candles you get in the basket in Walmart. That
Yeah.
is just wax.
It's like, why
Yeah.
did you give me a tea candle
Yeah.
that's already half burnt? This is weird. These things only last for like 2 hours anyways.
And it doesn't actually keep mosquitoes away. Come on. Ugh. God damn it, Taylor.
Anyways, that brings us over into father figure.
This is let's do it. Let's listen to it. It's gonna be good.
I'm so
It's a
pumped.
good song.
Let's hit play.
I pay the check before it kisses the mahogany grain. Said they wanna see you rise, they don't want you to reign. I showed you all the tricks of the trade. All I ask for is your loyalty, my dear protege.
I'll be your father figure. I can make it. One time I can make a deal with the devil because my dick's bigger. Like, what the fuck, bitch?
This is the one with the meme I saw on TikTok where if MF Doom was singing this, was rapping
Yeah.
to this, these lyrics
Was
would
actually
be
super dope.
super fucking dope. Yeah.
It sounded super cool.
Yeah.
The other thing that was really funny about this one was
That it's
I saw
George
a
Michael?
meme.
Oh no.
I had seen a meme earlier where like Travis Kelce is trying to figure out if mahogany is the one where you only date one person at a time, or if it's when you don't like women.
God. That's fucking incredible. Like, that is
That's so
funny.
good.
I will say that, yeah, I thought that line was actually probably one of her best. It's like, oh, you used a big word finally. Good girl.
Mahogany.
Good girl.
That's so funny. Oh no.
Wait, that's actually incredible.
I did I pulled it up here. So big shout out to to at Sky Moding, which is where I'm seeing this. Travis Kelce nodding along as Taylor reads lyrics to him, trying to desperately to remember if mahogany is the one where you only date one person at a time, or the one where you don't respect women.
That's so fucking good. I love funny people, man. I love
it was
funny
really
people.
Yeah, shout out to
Anyways,
that
so
guy.
to talk
Holy
about the
shit.
actual music,
Well,
Yeah.
it's.
I didn't
mean,
even realize I had captured mahogany in my clip until
Yeah, that's literally the line you grabbed.
listen to it.
So good.
So this was a super Lana sort of opening sound. Again, the heavier sort of percussions. I didn't mind that aspect. It's like kind of a little bit less self-indulgent, like pop wise, which I kind of liked. I don't love the transition from verse to chorus. It feels so forced, and then the backtrack vocals on the chorus are just super tacky. I like the more laid-back vibe of this
Yeah.
version of Taylor, but then I keep liking the song, and then the final chorus is just like key change, and it's like, no.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like you keep doing things that make it seem like you're taking yourself seriously while trying to play laid back. Like, stop it. You
Yeah,
can't
it's-
do both.
Yeah, I mean, it's an obvious interpolation of George Michael's father figure, which I thought was kind of fun. I like that it's clearly about like Scott Borchetta, who was like the Big Machine label, who basically sold out her albums from underneath her. I thought that was like a fun little petty thing that she was doing. And like, yeah, I'm okay if a woman punches up at a man, but you're not allowed to punch down to another woman is where I start to get mad later. I can make a deal with the devil because my dick's bigger does not sound right coming from her. It's crazy. I also saw in an interview that she's like playing a character, but she never fully goes in or out or makes it obvious that she's trying to emphasize anything or enunciate anything or like have any kind of vocal inflection to give that it's a character she's playing and not what she's actually trying to say. So I can't take it seriously. Like I
You
literally
can at
can't
least
take it
tell the
seriously.
Weeknd was trying to be
A character.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like you gotta fully commit if that's the route you're gonna go because I can't take this seriously. Also, why are we whispering again? I don't like it when she whispers. Please stop whispering at me. Like I really don't like it. It makes me
Your
uncomfortable.
whole aura is I demand all the attention, and then you're going to whisper.
To whisper,
anything.
it doesn't. It just it's not working
No.
for me. Please stop.
Yeah. I understand the intent behind the song, and you know, at least she tried, but it's not executed well at all for literally all the reasons you just said, Mel. She's not. There's no character there. She's just like singing the same way she would sing otherwise. Yeah.
Well,
not
it's a good thing she really matures, because she is in fact the eldest daughter.
great.
So let's listen to this timeless. I think this one really shows exactly how Taylor Swift has grown over the years. Let's play.
Everybody's so punk on the internet. Everyone's unbothered till they're not. Every joke's just trolling and memes. Sad as it seems, apathy is hot. Everybody's cutthroat in the comments. Every single hot take is cold as ice. When you found me, I said I was busy. That was a lie.
See, it also speaks a lot that it feels like the life of a podcaster. Everything she said there, it's all I could think about, like how she's talking to me.
We're just like her. She's just like me.
Oh my god.
I am Taylor Swift.
Oh man. Okay, so my first note is I think she really thought she ate with the line, "I have been afflicted by a terminal uniqueness. I have been dying just from trying to seem cool," because that is a crazy line. Like,
Yeah.
bitch, stop it.
That's exactly how I feel, though.
It is so
I don't think you're getting the point, Mel. I've been feeling like this for years. Finally, somebody put it down on paper and saying it to
Finally,
me.
yeah.
It's great. That
So
is
relatable.
crazy. To go off of her trying to sound cool, we have the line, "We all dressed up as wolves and we looked fire." And I said I'm gonna attempt to give her some credit here. If her intention is to sound intentionally cringy, that could be funny. But again, she doesn't. There's no comedic tone, so it doesn't come off
No.
like that. So it's giving desperate millennial trying to fit in, or it's a chat GPT prompt where it's like cool slang to describe looking good, like, and they just wrote something for you. And then
What are lyrics that would cater to 14-year-olds?
for real. And then I was like, the girl's stuck in the past, like, clearly, and now I'm gonna have a small crash out about the line, "But I'm not a bad bitch and this isn't savage," because I have been seeing a lot of Black female creators speaking up about this being a microaggression, and it checks out.
Oh, really?
So, "I'm not a bad bitch." Obviously, you have a Megan Thee Stallion song, like, "I'm a bad," like, it starts off with that. Travis Kelce apparently attempted to get with Megan Thee Stallion. She turned him down. People are thinking it's like a slight at her. And then savage is technically a derogatory slur against indigenous people. I do think it's crazy that we made Beyonce and Lizzo change their lyrics for using spaz, and no one's actually calling her out for this. I don't necessarily agree with total cancel culture. I do think people take it too far. But I think again, this is another Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, it's
where
another reference to Megan Thee
Stallion,
Stallion,
where
more so
she's
than it is
saying
anything
she's
else.
a savage. So because Travis Kelce has a history dating Black women, it just seems so jarringly aggressive, specifically to Black women. And I just, people who are also trying to claim that that's not what she meant. You can't say she's a lyrical genius and that's not what she meant and we're misinterpreting. Like, she knew what she meant. She fucking knew what she meant, and she's not saying, fuck you. I don't know. Fuck you. This song pissed me off.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the intent, but I'm giving the benefit of the doubt.
It sounds to me like she's attacking Megan Thee
Megan
Stallion.
Thee
I don't know if
Stallion
she's,
specifically.
which is, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I grew up into the 2000s. I've listened to hip hop my whole life. That's not a crazy thing to me, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's attacking a group of people. I think it was going after Megan Thee Stallion, which I don't think is the single embodiment of an entire group of people. I think is like the biggest difference maker that I would take from it. So
Yeah, fair.
you know what I mean? I don't group anybody into
I think
as the
people
representative of a category. I think it's just an attack on Megan Thee Stallion.
I think people are taking it that way because of Travis Kelce's dating history, and there's a clear jab at his ex-girlfriend who was Black, like, later. on in this. So I think people are just lumping it all together and just
I
like
think
getting
that's
pissed
probably
about
more
it.
so
Yeah.
the case. I can understand it though. Obviously, like sometimes those types of words like do hurt and whatnot regardless. So like something that she should probably be a lot more cognizant of.
Exactly.
But like at the end of the day, I don't think it came from a malicious place. I think the idea that she put out a record was malicious unintentionally to human beings with ears. But I don't think it was necessarily a specific demographic of human beings with ears.
man.
I think
Yeah.
it was just anybody that could listen.
You're gonna transfer the Swifties from Mel to you.
I
with that
am.
comment.
I
Holy
am
moly.
getting a lot of throughout this album too. Of now that she's, I don't know. She clearly cares more about the opinion of men than she does women. Is what I take from a lot of this, because she makes a lot of jabs at women and she just obsesses over her fiance for the other half. So it's like
Well,
annoying.
Hey, hold on here a second, though. She spent most of her career making fun of the men that have hurt her. So
That's true.
I
That's
okay.
very true.
If you want, you can have your album celebrating your happy. I'm happy that you're happy. I think that's sweet. Why are we
she's
also
just still catching people in the crossfire. For no
exactly?
reason.
Why are you throwing strays at Charlie? Why are you throwing
really
strays
is.
at Megan? Like, why are you dissing these women in your life? Like, let it go. Let it go.
But this is what makes her so relatable, is because everybody has a Megan in their lives. Okay? Anyway, so obviously this is our high
Moving
school
on.
girl anthem. This is our high school girl anthem.
One of them. There's a few of them on there.
There is.
Here's one of them. Yeah.
This was the first one, so I
Yeah.
wrote this was the one because I didn't realize how many more we were going to have.
Yeah.
This is a 16-year-old's favorite song, and it's a really immature ballad from Taylor Swift. The more I'm reading the lyrics, the funnier this is getting. Like it, like out of context, the fact that Taylor just wrote this and figured, yeah, that sounds good, is like actually one of the funniest things I could picture. Yeah, the middle school dance, it has to end eventually, and I think it should end 4 minutes and 6 seconds a little bit sooner.
Is that the exact length of the song?
It
That
certainly
is the exact length of the
Sick.
song.
I agree.
This was not a good track. I think you're absolutely correct. I think she thought that she absolutely cooked.
Yeah,
this one.
cooked. Yeah.
And
As the kids say.
this is
It's kind of just embarrassing. I don't know.
no cap, kind of cringe.
6'7".
Yeah, right.
I actually don't know what the 6'7" thing is, and I'm okay with not
don't
knowing.
need to.
You're probably, yeah, it's better.
It's
for
so
everybody.
skibbity toilet.
I don't know what it
though.
is
Yeah.
either, and I just don't want to. So,
Ohio, am I right?
oh well. All I can say is that this episode is gonna ruin mine and Taylor's friendship, which takes us into the new song, "Ruin the Friendship."
Yep, there it is.
See, every single time I'm transitioning, I got plans. Unlike some people who we're listening to right now. Play it.
It was not an invitation. Should've kissed you anyway. Should've kissed you anyway. And it was not convenient. No, but your girlfriend was away. Should've kissed you anyway.
Go ahead, Mel.
It feels so out of place, first off. Like, this had a much more folkier vibe to me, which is just, again, very confusing for an album that I thought was going to be showgirly, glitz, and glam, because we're going everywhere
Yeah.
but there.
Yeah, we're
You
still in
didn't
high
know
school.
that the life of a showgirl included going to a 16 or a middle school prom?
No,
You
I
didn't realize?
didn't.
You didn't know that?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, why is she 35 years old and still writing songs about prom? I was like, again, I'm gonna give her the smallest bit of grace here and maybe say she reverts back to her high school years because it's the last time she actually felt authentic about anything in her life, and she
Jesus
just literally
Christ.
doesn't have anything else
That
to
was
write
Mel,
about.
guys. Mel.
Like, I think the girl peaked in high school. And, okay, this is giving the biggest
too.
pick-me. This is giving
So did Travis.
facts. This is giving the biggest pick-me bitch vibes. Like, she's regretting not kissing a boy who died, but she's okay throwing away a friendship over it. That's a crazy take. That is so wild. Yeah, so
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another song for high schoolers. She literally says, "Don't make it awkward in second period." Like this, yeah. This is for a younger crowd. It just is. It's simple because it's simple. It's relatable to them. We are not the target audience at all for this. Even though the album would make you think otherwise.
Did you hear that bass line? And you think I'm not the target audience for this song? Excuse yourself. Okay, I actually did right. Like, I'm like, this could be a lot of fun. Her path to some of those low notes in her register was really uncomfortable. Like, she goes into such a weird place trying to get to that low note. I'm like, oh, like, just move the note. Just do something else. Like, that did not. It was not charming. She tailored it up pretty hard on the chorus, I think. Just really kind of took away any of the musical depth that it could have by cheapening up the chorus to kind of a disappointing spot. She stripped away everything at the ending, which is super creative. Never seen that done ever before. So that was really unique, exactly what it needed. Pretty genius of her to think about doing that. And it was just, honestly, it's so millennial. Which is really funny because obviously, like, I'm a millennial.
We grew up,
I'm
though.
like, this is actually it. And the people that are our age that are listening to this still, like, I'm not close with anymore.
I agree.
Because I can tell exactly who they are. They're just never going to get out of that box.
Yeah.
And here we are. And so I'm like, you guys are 100% still appreciating it. You know, one of the album, the record reviews that we got yesterday was Backstreet Boys and Backstreet Boys Millennium, and I was like, you know what?
That's a banger.
Actually, like, a pretty solid album.
Yeah,
great album. Yeah.
If this was, and I'm content with that.
But don't make it now.
If it comes from the same people who think that that's the best album of all time, it means they haven't listened to anything since then. And so this is for her older millennial audience, the people that are our age that listen to her back
spiritually
then.
In high school.
I genuinely think that are just
That's so embarrassing.
100% it is. Honestly, this might cost her fans because the fans are gonna listen to it and be like, oh, that's like those old people.
Yeah.
So maybe this was a good thing. Maybe she was trying to ruin the friendship with the younger audience with this one. But
that's pretty romantic, I'd say.
It's actually romantic, which is also the title of this next song. Actually romantic. I actually don't mind this one, but let's play it.
Let's go through it. Yeah.
But it's actually sweet. All the time you've spent on me, it's honestly wild. All the effort you've put in, it's actually romantic. I really gotta hand it to you. Ooh, no man has ever loved me like you do.
This one reminds me of Olivia Rodrigo a lot, though.
Kind of.
And it pisses me
Who's
off.
also like 12 years younger than her.
Exactly.
Regardless.
And who she threatened to sue for Deja Vu for writing credits, which is ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, she never actually sued Olivia, but she threatened it, and then Olivia just gave her half of the rights to Deja Vu because she tried to claim that it was similar bridge to Cruel Summer, which it's not. It's fucking not. I liked that we had a rockier beat. As far as sonically, I liked this vibe. However, she's punching down at my girl Charlie XCX, and I'm pissed the fuck off. So, this is obviously a response to Sympathy is a Knife, which is most likely about Taylor, because at the time Taylor Swift was dating Matty Healy, who's in the 1975, and Charlie's husband is George, who's the drummer in the 1975. So they were connected in the friend group. Anyway, Sympathy is a Knife is clearly about like Charlie struggling with her insecurities. She even mentions like wanting to kill herself at the end, and it's more of a narrative on how society pins women against each other. And then Meanwhile, Charlie's response is to like basically call, or Taylor's response is to basically call her a fucking cokehead. Like, I will say Charlie ate with the nickname Boring Barbie though. So. So yeah, I'm pissed off at it. It pissed me off. Why do we keep making diss tracks against other women creators? It's not necessary. Charlie didn't even come for her.
So that's the end of this episode of Real Housewives of Pop Music.
Yeah, you're welcome. The context is important.
I'll be honest, you lost me after 1975. And I was like, I don't mind them. And that was kind of basically where I zoned all the way out because I don't want to know.
Well, I'm explaining for people who don't know.
No,
And I want to.
Appreciate that because I was never going to do that kind of research. I liked how soft rocky this one was. It's kind of cool. It didn't really explode into a super pop song. And I kind of appreciated that part of it. She wasn't doing too much on the chorus, which was a big win, I think. It was a fun track, and it was it's my second favorite of the album, but it was at this point my favorite of the album so far.
Oh.
I came into this not having any of that context about Charlie XCX, Mel. So I came in with the perspective that, this is kind of an anthem for kids or people that have been bullied by other people.
Yeah.
That just won't get them out of their heads. And I looked at it in that regard, and in that way, like we've had a lot of high school-ish type of drama here. Mm-hmm. But this one I actually appreciate a lot because who hasn't been bullied in their lives at some point? And like this is kind of an FU to them, like I don't know. This is just the way I looked at it.
I agree with that. I think I wouldn't be mad at this track if she didn't specifically make references. Yeah, like if you want to
puts it in a different light for sure.
Like if you want to, I don't know. The girl's jealous of Charlie. Pisses me off. And she should be. Charlie makes better art, so. Yeah.
I don't know if she's jealous of Charlie, but
it was one of the things that I was going to say. You keep saying punching down at Charlie. I don't think she's punching down. I think it's punching straight across.
Nah, I think her billionaire status makes it a punch down. Plus, Charlie just had finally her breakthrough moment with Brat, where Taylor's been topping the charts for decades. So I think it's punching down. She's the bigger artist. She has the bigger platform. She has the bigger.
Who cares about that? Who cares about that? No, like we do music. We do music.
I know.
We do music critique though. We just talked about how much respect we have for AFI, who hasn't been a chart-topping band for how long because of the fact that they've taken their art and actually brought it to a different direction. So honestly, I don't think it's. I don't personally feel like it's punching down. I feel like it's punching across because they're just both musicians. It doesn't matter follower. Take all of that shit out of there. They're the same. And I prefer Charlie XCX over Taylor Swift. So there you go. So there's one in her corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but speaking of dollars, this song,
you didn't pull a clip for this one.
So. Oh, I for sure meant to. Whoops.
Oh, okay.
That's my bad. Sorry, I might have just thought it was an error when I had seen the dollar signs the S's on wish list. Might have been my bad.
I just want you. Have a couple kids, got the whole block looking like you. We tell the world to leave us the fuck alone, and they do. Wow, got me dreaming about a driveway with a basketball hoop. Bust up, settle down, got a wish list. I just want you.
Boss up, settle down. I can't take her fucking seriously. I really can't. I also thought she had another crazy out of take lyric with the whole block looking like you thing, with how the internet just blew up over Sydney Sweeney's eugenics ad. I'm like, girl, people are gonna say you're preaching eugenics with this, and they are.
Oh no.
It's just out of curiosity, do you guys know how many? So, like, when you guys were in high school, how many billionaires do you think were in high school?
None. Duh.
Billionaires in high
like,
school.
Yeah, students.
Oh
Obviously.
yeah, obviously
Right.
0
No.
to
So
1.
it
Yeah.
feels really weird to listen to a 35-year-old billionaire sing like they're still in junior high.
Yeah.
It
That those notes she
It's
was
rough.
hitting were ridiculous.
the cadencing on
The
that
cadence-
one.
Yeah.
Also, I love the line, "Please God, bring me a best friend who I think is hot." I just can't take.
I
this
missed that.
seriously.
That's
I
amazing.
cannot take the lyrics seriously. Oh, I have a quote from her too, which I think is crazy. It is one of my favorite songs on the album by far. It's like so romantic. It's got such great like imagery in the verses about what kind of lives people want to live, and and just living in the state of acceptance. It's like, Jesus Christ, you're so embarrassing. You are so embarrassing.
The way
Oh,
that
boy.
I described this is it is good in the simplest form of listening.
Yeah.
You know, I once had an ex, and she had said that in her opinion, the most romantic song
Oh, I'm so
of
excited.
all time
sad.
was 500 Miles by the Proclaimers. And
I would
yeah,
walk.
yeah. And
That's a long way to walk for someone. That's pretty
in
romantic.
its very essence, in the most simple
Sure.
terms, yes, it is romantic.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel about this song, is in the most simple versions of how you would put music together and
Yes.
build it like Lego blocks. This is good.
Even the concept, though, I got a wish list, but I just want you. It's okay.
That's the entire
Technically,
album,
that
by the
would
way.
mean that I'm just on the wish list. That's
Yeah.
the whole point of the wish list, is to put the things that you want on it. So just put me on the wish list. You don't need to write a song about this.
Yeah. I just thought it was a very embarrassing track.
No, the entire album is this way, right? It's in its simplest form of every song. They're quote unquote good songs if you just think of them that way. Obviously, we are not going to think of them that way because we have functioning brains and we're adults. And But-
We have fully developed frontal lobes.
we have fully developed frontal lobes, but yeah,
Speak for yourself.
but in the
But like,
in the simplest form of every song, it's a good album, and I think that's what she was going for. It's as Mel said off stream. I think it's very dumbed down. A lot of this is very dumbed down.
yeah. I think we know something else that's on her wish list.
A redwood tree.
That's going to take us to the song "Wood."
Would.
Let's.
Oh my god. I'm not ready for it.
I've never been more ready.
Only that picture we seen on a falling star never did me any good. I ain't got to knock on wood. It's you and me forever dancing in the dark. Oh, over me, it's understood. I ain't got to knock on wood. Forgive me, it sounds cocky. Hypnotize me and open my eyes. Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs.
I hate the way she inflects so much. I hate it so much. It is so uncomfortable. Also, I'm pissed off that she censors herself and amatize me. Just say dickmatize me, please. Like, if you're trying to act like this bad bitch throughout half of the album, just fully commit.
Well, she's having fun with the wordplay in this. Obviously, there's a lot of wordplay in this song, and she's trying to be clever with it. Whatever.
This song is a banger.
Thank
This
you.
is my favorite.
It's a Jackson 5 ripoff.
Oh, I'm hyper aware.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Come
Yeah.
on, you think I couldn't call out a Jackson 5 sample?
Obviously, it's fun, but it's literally just because it's a Jackson 5 ripoff. I don't
And
like
it's talking about a football player's penis.
Yeah.
This is the best track on this album.
Agreed. 100%.
This is so good. This is the only time she's not taking herself too seriously.
That is
This
true.
is the only
Yeah.
time she
Yes.
actually is acting like a real human being
All right.
and talking about her boyfriend's dick. It turns
I'll
out
give you that.
Yeah.
I'll
the
give you that.
only thing that could make Taylor Swift actually be a normal person might have to be a 3-time Super Bowl winning tight end.
Yeah. And his dick.
And pardon me,
Yeah.
not
His-
him.
yeah.
She
his-
doesn't
mostly
care
his
about
dick,
him.
His dick in her tight
Yeah.
end.
Yeah,
I
there you go.
I couldn't in good faith love this song. I mean I couldn't in good faith not love this song and not like I'm a huge Mike Judge fan. I'm a huge Clerks fan, a huge Kevin Smith fan. All the dick jokes those guys make. I love this. This is right down my alley. It's so dumb.
I think she's
But yeah, you're right. She doesn't take herself seriously.
she's trying so hard to be Sabrina, and I just don't think she's witty or clever enough to do it. It comes off so cringy to me. I also got pissed that she name dropped Travis's podcast, New Heights, but I get it. Like, you guys are going to capitalize on whatever you
I mean,
can.
come on, yeah. I don't blame her for that. I don't
He's
blame her.
definitely
Support her husband.
he should be retired after this season. So
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
gonna
honestly.
need something to do, or he's gonna be lost, like just following her around the world like a lost puppy.
That is
It's also a good podcast. Jason Kelsey's actually really funny.
I like
but,
Jason
you know,
Kelsey. He's
I think she should title her next tour the Wood Tour.
Honestly, yeah. Capitalize
In
on
my
this banger.
opinion.
Yeah.
Because she's in her Wood era right now.
Wood era.
oh my god.
Yeah, this song was fun. Again, honestly, I just appreciate that she seems like a real person. And this
Yeah.
actually feels like real, genuine. She's just talking about what she wants to talk about. That's why you like Sabrina Carpenter so much, is because she seems real. She seems authentic. That is just who she is. And truthfully, Taylor Swift, we can all agree, she's decent at writing songs. She has a good voice.
Yeah.
All of these things are pretty much the same as Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter is even on this album.
I know.
So why do you like Sabrina Carpenter more than you like Taylor Swift? Because it seems disingenuine. This song
That's
is
fair.
the most genuine. It's
Agreed.
all of the things that I like about Sabrina Carpenter, just Taylor Swift's the one doing them. And it is a one-off for her, but I'm not going to sit there and bash her if that's the one-off.
It comes off cringe. I don't think I don't like the way she inflects.
Just because you don't like her.
Maybe. Could be.
It's
Probably.
one of the things. It's one of my big theories when it came to dudes. You're only creepy if you're ugly. You know what I mean?
Fair.
That meme. Yeah.
You
That
know?
meme of the guy going to HR. Yeah.
You know? I don't know what you're talking about. That was
Yeah.
I don't either.
Everyone's listening knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. The HR meme.
but you
The,
know,
the
if,
hot guy goes up to HR.
if
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds slid into your DMs saying creepy things, or Steve Buscemi slid into your DM saying creepy things, you'd be like,
Yep.
I prefer it from Ryan Reynolds, I guess. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Different.
You
reactions.
have a preconceived notion that you're not a big fan. Sorry, Steve. By the way, sorry. I didn't mean to. You caught like
Just-
the weirdest curveball there. Like you were
Just
you-
catching strays.
I treated
actually
you
love
like
you, Steve.
Megan in a Taylor album.
Yeah.
Like that was uncalled for, completely unnecessary, out of nowhere. But like it's just
fittingly, this-
because you have the preconceived notion that you just think she's already cringy. I think you're just kind of already tapping her
It's
into
stuck.
the cringe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. You're probably right.
Woods.
Fittingly,
Woods
this
fun
is a
song.
very hello fellow kids type of album.
Yeah.
By the way. So, yeah.
Yes.
To close the Steve Buscemi
Kind
loop.
of is.
Yeah.
Oh my
Another
god!
bit.
Wait, with him with the skateboard? I
Yep,
just
that-
blinked.
yep.
Okay, yes.
I got 2 memes in a row. Look at that. Look at me. Look at me go.
I only
That's why I'm here, boys and girls.
Yeah, the meme culture, dude.
The meme culture, dude.
Okay, well that's fine. No matter what, all the Swifties are probably gonna cancel us before the end of this episode. So let's play the clip for the next song. Canceled! All caps! Exclamation mark. Creative. Let's play.
Super canceled.
Thing I like my friends canceled. I like 'em cooked in Gucci and in scandal. Like my whiskey sour and poison thorny flowers. Welcome to my underworld where it gets quite dark. At least you know exactly who your friends are. They're the ones with matching scars.
Yeah.
This bitch has never been canceled. Like, what is she talking about?
literally the most popular.
Like, what
artist
are
in
you
the world.
talking about?
Yeah.
I also hate the line, soon you'll know the art of never getting caught. I'm like, so you're admitting to being problematic, you just hide it better than everybody else? And also, if you like your friends canceled, you didn't stick by Blake Lively's side in that lawsuit, honey. You fucking dumped her real quick.
I love my whiskey sour.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely
badass.
the roughest way to drink whiskey.
It's so
By
weird.
adding lime juice to it. Like,
It's so
What?
ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
It is
the
pretty-
chorus beat sounds so familiar to me too, and I have not been able to pin it, and it's driving me nuts. Like I just
it's
oh, do you know it? Okay.
Oh, it's the sound of an off-balance washing machine hitting the ground over and over again. Boom.
Honestly, you're probably right.
It's a million songs do
The
this.
laundry
That's
won't stay
true,
dry.
That's true. Maybe that's why it just sounds familiar because it's so overdone. Like
It's just
yeah.
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 Yeah,
songs.
this is literally the opposite of what Wood was for me. It's trying to be grungy. I said the guitars could do something cool here. They probably won't.
could.
They didn't. This is the classic, and I don't know what the deal is with this. Okay, I don't know what the big thing is with I say young female artists. Why do you always have to try to make it spooky? Why does everything have to be spooky?
It doesn't work for her either. I don't know.
No,
just
it really doesn't. It's nothing. It doesn't have to be spooky.
No.
It's why does everything have to go like
It's canceled, so she wants it to be dark and grungy.
Something with this way comes.
like kind of style
Yeah,
shit?
yeah.
And I'm like, man, no.
But she's like a fucking kitten. Like
Girls love Halloween and pumpkin spice. And
Mel is
making
one of
Halloweens.
them.
I don't like the song. If I want
know.
dark and spooky, I'm gonna go over my Ethel Kane. I'm not going to Taylor Swift.
But yeah, it's hard to take this seriously. This is feeling very much like in the same lane as like the "look what you made me do" type stuff, where
That's
it's
her
like
reputation era, right?
just just gross.
Mm-hmm.
It feels weird with all the scandals that are out there to like be like all your friends are scandalous, where it's just like, oh, you mean like P Diddy?
Yeah.
You know, like stop trying to Medusa-esque like your "I'm not innocent" bullshit after literally dropping 2 high school or middle school
Anthems, yeah.
Yeah.
prom songs. Like, this is why it sounds so disingenuous, Taylor, because you had the chance to either go this direction or go the other direction, but instead you're just like, well, I'm going to be this one this time, and then I'm going to be this one this
exactly.
time. And it's like, no, you're neither of those things. You're a billionaire.
Yeah, just
That's what
embrace
you are
it.
now.
Just embrace it. I don't know. I think like luxury pop or Doja with like her like luxury rap is fucking fun. You can flaunt the fact that you
At least
can
it's authentic. Yeah.
Exactly. Go
absolutely.
ahead and
Yeah.
flaunt it, girl. I love that you're. I don't love that she's a billionaire. I'm okay with millionaires, but but like, yeah, she just. I don't know. She never ever. And it's a weird time to be celebrating canceling people. I think it's very tone deaf.
Yeah. Weird play.
Yeah.
Weird play, dude. You're the one that's flying for 20 minutes on your private jet, and you're just gonna be like, oh, but cancel culture. Well, no, you kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know if you realize that you're not quite as off the hook to maybe be talking about it
Yeah.
as openly as you are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. There's no ethical billionaires.
No. No. Anyways.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah, that takes us into honey.
honey.
Takes us to honey.
Let's play a little bit of this.
Honey, summertime spritz, pink skies. You can call me honey if you want, because I'm the one you want. Winter green kiss, all mine. Give it different meaning, because you mean it when you talk. Honey, I'm home, we could play house, we could bed down, pick me up. Who's the baddest in the land? What's the plan? What's the plan? You could be my forever nightstand, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bookended it.
And
I she's just like screaming victim here, and I just can't
Yeah.
see her as a victim, and it annoys me so much. Like, why do we have to put other people down to pick someone else up, Taylor? Can we please stop?
She
Can
does
we
a lot of
please
that,
Stop.
You're right.
I'm just begging you to stop.
Yeah. She really does.
I thought she finally got, like, lyrically, I thought she finally got it right at the end when she's like, when anyone called late night, he was screwing around with my mind. Like, he starts, like, ripping on, like, men who actually did her dirty instead of just, like, I don't know, like, women trying to help you out until something was wrong in the bathroom, but you took it personally because you're a sensitive bitch. I don't know. Anyway, this annoyed me.
I'm really happy because after Canceled, I thought she was going to turn into a bad girl. And I'm just so happy that she ended up coming back out with this lighthearted little pop ditty. I appreciate it. I'm like, oh God, the Taylor I love is still here.
Thank God. Yeah.
Taylor I love is a great
She didn't AFI us. Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought for a second she was going to go bad. I thought this song's fine. It's sweet. It's kind of it's catchy. It's not amazing, but like I think it's exactly what it intended to be. It's not trying to be something that it isn't. It's I'm fine with it. I didn't mind
boring.
it. Strip away the instruments
was very
again because
forgettable.
nobody's ever tried that other than you've done it twice on this album, so that was kind of cool. But you guys can both stop saying that I hate fun because don't mind this one. This one's on my liked songs. I'm gonna listen to this one again.
If I just listen to the beat and the thing is, I get really pissed off with things that she's saying, and I can't like.
Yeah, you can't handle
I
lyrics,
can't just once I get turned off lyrically, I can't sonically. It doesn't make up for me.
Yeah.
Honey.
The premise of the song is just weird to me. Just like you used to be called names, and now those same names mean something different from someone else. Like, why are you singing? I don't know why that's a song.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just a weird premise to sing about.
She's painting herself as a
It's a
victim,
nothing
which I
premise,
just
yeah.
think is unnecessary.
It's a Jerry Seinfeld episode of a premise. Like, there's nothing going on there. It's not funny.
Honey.
Honey.
I don't know. Kind of don't mind it.
Nah.
That takes us into our final track. The only one with somebody else, we should say. Miss Sabrina Carpenter, kicking around for this one, with The Life of a Showgirl. Let's go ahead and give it a spin.
Thank you for the lovely bouquet. You're sweeter than a peach, but you don't know the life of a showgirl, babe. And you're never ever gonna wait. The more you play, the more that you pay. You're softer than a kitten, so you don't know the life of a showgirl, babe. And you're never gonna wanna. She was a menace.
The Jonas Brothers send their regards.
Yeah. It also sounds so much like Cruel Summer. Like it's
yeah.
like it is
It's right there.
so regurgitated. It drives me nuts. I thought Sabrina has the wit that Taylor so desperately wanted to channel throughout this album, and when Sabrina delivers it, it sounds right to me. I thought it was cute that she got the only feature ending the album after she helped close out the Eras tour, and they bring in the live footage, like whatever, cute little nod. But
Yeah,
like
it's nice.
nothing on this album has ever given Showgirl to me, and I'm just bored.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that this is the only one that seems to talk about the life of a showgirl, this specific song. I thought the whole album was supposed to be about it. But
I want the listeners at home to know the life of the podcaster is like pretty similar. Like this is the life of a podcaster, and you're never gonna wanna. You know what I mean?
never gonna want
You're
it.
just
You say you're like a soft
It's-
kitty.
it-
You guys are a soft kitty. You can't handle this.
it's kind of funny because it sounds like she's kind of gatekeeping like the ability to be
To be,
her.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
like, yeah, you don't want this.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna like this.
100%.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy that she even is okay sharing the spotlight with Sabrina on this
Yeah.
one. But
I
I think,
thought so too.
yeah, like it doesn't match her vibe at all.
I
But
literally wrote, I'm like, this seems like she's trying to make it look like a torch handing off moment.
yeah.
Yeah, and
But it's crazy because Taylor has made it very clear that she's absolutely never going to leave the spotlight, regardless of anything.
She just throws the torch in the nearby
I
fountain.
don't know if you're paying attention to the world right now, but it feels like it's on fire, and she's just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I'm gonna drop an album. And it's like,
My life's so hard. Life of a
Yeah.
showgirl is not easy.
yeah, I
I
don't
just
know how to
grossed
tell
$1
you.
billion touring.
Yeah, like Taylor, like you've been in countries where your $1 billion would probably overcome their entire GDP.
Yeah.
Facts.
And you were like, I'm gonna post this right now. This is crazy. Again, obviously the stomp beat, the stomp clap beat is tacky. It always will be. It's 2000s form pop. I was hoping Sabrina would do more on this, but it didn't.
No.
Again, this is just more of her kind of talking about herself and trying to give herself a victory lap, you know?
Yeah.
She's the only person to take the broadcast of football off of football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and she's like, well, like, I do, like, this is the life. This is what I have to deal with on a regular basis. No, you didn't have to date an NFL star. I'm sure there was lots of very kind men that would have been more than happy to be with you. Glad you find your person. That's awesome. But you
Amazing.
don't act
But
like
the-
your life is so hard. It's really
Right.
not. It's really
Giving
not.
very
You were
Will Smith.
just singing
Yeah.
about your
Will
boyfriend's
Smith, yeah.
penis. Your fiance is, pardon me, dick.
Yeah.
His hog, if you will.
Yeah.
Ew,
He's-
I don't like hog.
And you're gonna be like, oh, but my life's still really tough, and nobody's gonna ever want to live this life.
In an album catered to 16-year-old girls, this is the most unrelatable song to me, which just says something. It's crazy. It's a crazy end to the song. I get what she's trying to do, but yeah, it doesn't hit, obviously, for lots of reasons. And I think a lot of people would agree with that, even the most fervent of fans.
Yeah, so that takes us to the end of Taylor Swift's "The Life of a Showgirl."
Yeah.
How did everybody feel in conclusion?
I'll start again, coming in and not really paying attention to Taylor Swift until this. I didn't think it was as bad as the internet made it out to be. I will say that much. Because coming into this, I had heard all sorts of horrible, terrible things about this. It's not good. It's not a good album, but there are some bright spots. There's some fun spots. It's not all bad. It is definitely, she knows her audience, her main audience, and she caters to them consistently and constantly throughout the album. And they're going to have a blast with this, and they're going to shout it, from the rooftops, and they'll have their good time. But I think a lot of people are realizing now with this album that this is not it. This is not it. She could do so much more with this platform. She's definitely talented. She's got a great voice. I think the music in general is still pleasant, even if it's not inspiring. But yeah, overall, of course, not a great effort. And I think most people agree with that. I gave this a 5 out of 10, just in general.
Yeah. So sonically, nothing ever gave me Showgirl. Like I said earlier, I came in with high expectations of glitz and glamour, and instead we just got like regurgitated, boring melodies. I expected her to make up for that lyrically, at least. But if her lyrics weren't jarringly on the nose or cringy, they came off as bullying, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
But she's always given me Pickbee vibes, but I never truly realized how much she hated women until now. I was pissed when I wrote this. I said I would like to officially apologize to Jack Antonoff for my previous comment.
Well, hold on here. Hold on.
I don't know. Maybe
I'm more
not
okay
much.
with you running this album through the mud than I am you
With-
giving
okay,
redemption
fine.
to Jack Antonoff.
Okay. So actually, I'm also going to say that maybe Bon Iver had a lot to do with the success of Folkmore and Evermore, and I was going to credit Jack Antonoff and who's the guy from the National who was on that album. Anyway, I why am I blanking on his fucking name? She just So like I said in the intro, my favorite albums.
Berninger.
Folk.
Not
Thank you.
Berninger.
So
Berninger.
I think she's clearly surrounded herself with people that were carrying her career. In the interview where she first released this on Travis' podcast, she said, "This is the record I've been wanting to make for a very long time." And I think for her to come out with the most boring and immature album yet says a lot about her creatively. So yeah, I do think she's been carried this far. And overall, we got a boring album that seems completely dumbed down and tailored thematically to the same morons that voted for the carrot currently running our office. So I'm just not a fan at all. I gave it I actually can't believe I gave it this high, but I'm trying to be objective. I gave it a 4-1.
Wow.
So have you guys ever heard the analogy of when you're getting chased by a bear, you just need to make sure you're not the slowest friend?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Honestly, this album pretty solid. I'm completely content with it. I don't know, obviously Mel has a lot of
so
pent-up rage towards Taylor
Yeah.
Swift specifically, so if you were to pop into the comments and say anything regarding anybody here, it would probably have to be her.
Probably have to be her.
And
Yeah, it's
honestly,
Send it my way.
Bob also at a perfect 5. Do you think it's a perfect 5? Me, I think it leaned on the good side sonically more often than it didn't. So,
Yeah.
you know what? I was
What,
ready.
a 5-1?
It's fine. Let me finish my conclusion. I gave you the chance to talk.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
That was very rude of me. I'm getting excited.
Unbelievable. I'm going to write about you in my next song.
Do it.
Admittedly, I was ready to hate this more than I did. This was obviously hands
Same.
down better than Tortured Poets Department, which was a really low bar. But at least it shows some growth, in my opinion, even though it...
Did it?
growth in the way that it sounds better, more so than it does like on an age level. But I do feel like she is still lacking some maturity, a lot of maturity, which for 35 years old is a tough thing to say. She tries to be over mature in some moments, and it just really doesn't tastefully come across. It's I think the moments that she's sort of being funny or tongue in cheek are the best moments on this album. It doesn't feel disingenuous when so many of her songs do actually feel that way. So for my second on-release album listen of Taylor in my life, because I've never listened to any other albums other than Tortured Poets, and this one on release, and that wasn't to Taylor's version. All I've ever heard is Taylor's versions of whatever. I've never gone back and listened to some of those old ones. I can say I appreciated it. I wouldn't write home about it, but that's fine, because I can guarantee you that Swifties will outmail me 1,000,000 to 1.
Yeah.
So that's completely okay. It's an okay album from an artist I was expecting the worst and got not the worst out of. So I gave it, and remember this, Swifties out there paying attention, a 5.8.
Oh, that was a big one.
5.8
That's a
out of
big jump.
5.8. So
All right.
It's crazy considering how big Taylor Swift is that your bar is that low for her. You would think it would be the opposite, but yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah, this was not
peaked a
as
long time ago.
disappointing as I thought it would be. That all being said,
Wow, 5.8.
we'll probably have to close the comment section on this video, so
Oh,
just hit
hell
the
no. Send me the
subscribe
hate.
button if you want to talk trash at us on future videos. That's all I've got for you today. That wraps up our albums. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
I guess. Oh, I always tell people about what's coming up next. That's
Yeah.
my bad.
What
I
is
guess I
coming up
should
next?
ask
That's a
you
great
guys.
question.
We always do this on the Spotify side of things. Is to find out, how did you guys feel about everything? How do you guys feel now that you've listened to it all? Has your life changed? Do you feel the same? Where are things at? What surprised you about how today went?
Heck yeah.
Oh, you're asking us.
Yes, I'm asking you.
I thought
Yeah.
you were talking to the audience.
No, God.
My life has changed.
You
Yeah,
guys are in
I also
front
thought you were talking to the audience. I thought, ironically, I was given a mocha frappuccino after listening to or
Nothing
reviewing one of
mixes
the
with
whitest
the 5
girl.
beers that you had better
Yeah,
than
right?
heavy cream.
He's on
The
vacation,
bathroom's gonna be
baby.
crazy later, but
Anyways.
yeah, but yeah. Listen, I had a good time listening to all these albums. It's always good to improve my music knowledge, which is, as we talk about low bars, it's as low as bars get from me. But yeah, I enjoyed even Taylor Swift. I enjoyed. So yeah, I had fun. How about
Love
you?
that. Mel?
Yeah, I mean, Brian Eno, I thought was so cool. Very, very cool album. Big fan of that one. AFI was so unexpected and so much fun. I had a great time. And Taylor, I am just glad that finally people are starting to turn on her and realize she's been mediocre for a long time.
That's just your algorithm. Mel. It's not
Did you go to high school with her? Were you one of the people bullying her?
No, I
not
wish. It is definitely my algorithm. I'm on the right. Yeah, it's tailored to me. But
100%. Tailored.
fuck me.
It is
God
tailored to you.
damn it.
Yeah,
Shit
it sure is.
balls. Anyway, if you have half a brain, you probably shouldn't have liked that album that much.
Holy shit. And that's on Beat Off Script.
Yeah.
Brandito, what'd you think?
All right. You know what? You guys, regardless of how big of a brain you have, let Mel know what your thoughts were about that.
There it is.
Coming up next, we've got an episode that we're recording on the 25th, and when I say we, I mean me, and I don't know who else is going to be able to be there to join me
yeah.
at all. So
We will be there,
I've
yeah.
got to figure that part out. Otherwise, it might be a little solo episode from your boy, which is totally content with me because we've got some awesome albums that are upcoming. We're having the return and possibly the opportunity for some redemption from Brandy Carlisle with a solo record, returning to myself, dropping on the 24th, which I'm excited for, some alt country, and to see what she does minus, it's so weird to say it like this, but minus Elton John.
Yeah.
Because, Elton John, also legendary, obviously. It just didn't vibe the right way. So I'm excited to see what Brandy Carlisle does solo this year. Following up with that is All Is Love and Pain and the Mouse Parade of Monsters and Men. Monsters and Men, for me, was one of my my introductions to folk music. They hit me at just the right time that made me fall in love with alternative folk. So I'm kind of excited for that one. Personally,
that's
Small
exciting.
Paws was, I think, it was one of those critical my music appreciation albums for me. And then we're following it all up with an album that's had a ton of hype about it. A lot of people have been all over this thing. Psych pop band Tame Impala are going to be dropping their new album Deadbeat on October 17th. Which I'm excited to go over too, because I've never really dove into a whole lot of Tame Impala, but I've seen it all over. They're paying for a lot of marketing on this album. They've got something going on there, so I'm excited to check it out. But yeah, again, were we right? Were we wrong? Let us know in the comments section. But before you comment, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my name is Brandito. I'm joined by my co-hosts Bob and Mel, and this is another episode of On Beat Off Script in the books.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Love you guys.
Peace out,
Take care.
friends.
Yeah, buddy.
Bye.
3, 2, 1.